Hello and welcome. For tonight's candlelit evening wind down class, we will be getting into the hips and the three lower chakras, the solar plexus, sacral, and root. As far as props, I recommend a blanket, especially if you're on hard floor. You can place that under your spine during certain poses where we're lying on our back. You will also need blocks for bridge and lunges. And then for Savasana, have a pillow nearby if you don't want to use a block, and a blanket to get cozy with. And I invite you to use essential oils if you have any, especially one that is relaxing or stress relieving. So tonight I'm going to do a combination of lavender and peppermint. And you can pause this video to grab your equipment if you need. All right, if you have your equipment, first we'll start by applying our essential oils. This really helps to involve all the senses, giving the body smell cues, sight cues that we are winding down, that we are making time to relax. So if you would like to dim the lights in your area, that's another great way to visually cue your body what it's time for. And take your essential oil or oils, and first just take a nice inhale. Letting the combination coat the inside of your nose. And then what I like to do is place a few drops on my inner wrist, and then rub that together on your pulse points. Then take an inhale. And then if you would like, or especially if you're wearing the shirt that you may go to bed in, placing some lavender can be very relaxing. You'll smell it when you're in bed. And allow the scent to feel it relax your face muscles, your shoulders, unclench in the abdomen. There is no rush. We will start tonight. We have a couple options. You can either do reclined supported Baddha Konasana or butterfly, or if that doesn't feel great, we can tent the knees together or lie on your side in a fetal position. I will show you those options. So option 1, recline Baddha Konasana or butterfly. Lie on your back. I highly recommend using pillows or blocks to support here. Feet together and knees fall out to the sides, resting on your blocks. You choose how much support, what height feels good. Option 2 is to walk the feet out to the edges of the mat and allow your knees to tent together. Having the knees bent is very releasing for the low back, but this is a little gentler than stretching the groin with Baddha Konasana. And allowing the knees to touch lets the legs relax a bit more. And option 3, if you're having any sort of indigestion or stomach issues and you don't want to lay on your side or your back, you can come down to a fetal position, resting head on a block or pillow. Wherever you are, If it feels all right, I invite you to close your eyes. Another visual reminder that the outside world can wait. And you are going inward for the next 30 minutes, checking in with your body, slowing down and taking time to breathe. I invite you to rest a hand or both hands if you're on your back on your belly or the front of the hips. Inhale, feel your low belly rise into your hands. Exhale, feel it fall. Continue breathing, exploring how the lower chakras feel from your diaphragm down to your groin. Maybe you've been experiencing some indigestion, cramping, or a kind of unsettled clenching feeling of anxiety or worry. You can go ahead and rub your belly, front of the hips, soothing this part of the body with your touch. If you're on your back, chin slightly towards chest to elongate the back of the neck. And bring hands up to face. Inhale that essential oil from your wrist. Unclench belly, breathe down there as well. Exhale, feel the belly fall, low back presses into the mat. Encouraging your abdomen to unclench. A lot of times we're just like holding, clenching there without even realizing. Recline twist. If you're in Baddha Konasana with pillows or blocks under your knees, move the pillows and blocks up by your shoulders out of the way. Close the legs, lift both feet up, coming to a tabletop position. Arms out to the side and make sure your area is clear. Inhale, feel low back press into the ground. Exhale, allow both legs to drop to the left. Forming a 90-degree angle. Option to have arms in cactus or extend the right arm out from the shoulder behind you. Gentle reclined twist. Relax, clenching in your thighs and butt. Feel your right hip sink down away from your ribs, creating more space in your oblique. Feel your low belly expand, all that space you have to the side. Breathing into the solar plexus right above pubic bone, but below your belly button. The color of the sacral chakra is orange, and it is your seat of creativity, sexuality, and pleasure. And if you're feeling a bit unbalanced in that area, it can show up as a lack of all of those things. Not really feeling energized or creative in your passions or at work. Feeling out of touch with pleasure and things that bring you joy. As well as signs of indigestion in the lower GI tract, the colon, the intestines. Lift right knee up, the left leg follows. Inhale at center. Exhale, legs fall together to the right. And you decide if you need to adjust how close or far away from your belly your knees are. And exhale, relax left shoulder blade down towards the ground. If it is far away, you can rest that hand on a block. Place your right hand on your belly. Relax inner thighs, relax glutes. Bring your awareness down to the base of your spine, your pelvic floor, your groin area. As you breathe, see if you can expand your pelvic floor down in between your legs, kind of like a hammock. This is the seat of your root chakra, your first and lowest chakra. Its color is red. It is our seat of stability, of feeling rooted and grounded. Lately, if you've been feeling a bit unbalanced, kind of unsure or unsteady about your path forward, that can be a sign of imbalance in this area. So try to send your breath deep down. You can even hold on full and expand that pelvic floor down, away from your belly button, away from the diaphragm. And then lift the left knee, and the right will follow. Hug both knees into your chest. You can let the legs come apart a bit. It's like a mini happy baby. Let's take a sacral clock. So you are rotating the back of your pelvis, the flat bony part above the tailbone, on the floor in a counterclockwise position, rotating the knees in a mirror of that, like they're drawing a circle on the ceiling. And then switch directions. Bridge on a block. Lower both feet to the floor. Grab a block. You choose which height, the lowest, the medium, You could go to the highest setting if you're really feeling open. Press both feet evenly into the floor. Lift the hips off and slide your block underneath, setting it right beneath your hip bones, so not on the soft part of your back. And allow your arms to open at the side. Uncurl the fingers just as we are unclenching in the front of the pelvis. Feel your breath balloon your belly up. At any point, if you want to adjust the height, higher or lower, of your block, this is your practice. You can always adjust. On inhales, feel the front creases of your hips where your pants crease when you're sitting. Feel them reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, feel the back of the pelvis sink into the support of your block. Repeat this mantra. I am supported. I can let go. I am supported. I can let go. So as release on the block. Walk your left foot into center. Lift the right leg, knee towards chest. Option to extend your left leg all the way straight. This should deepen the stretch in the front of your left hip flexor area, but specifically the psoas, which is a deep hip flexor that connects to your lumbar spine, your low back, down the inside of the front of your hip and into the inner part of your femur. If you don't feel anything, you can bring your hands to the inner crest of the hip and press straight down towards your spine. You will feel a kind of deep, maybe nauseating sensation because this is quite a sensitive muscle. And you can just rub there, encouraging it to let go. Because this muscle connects to the low back behind the belly button, we are getting a bit into the solar plexus chakra, our third chakra. The color is yellow. It is your seat of self-confidence, of power. But sometimes if we are kind of trying to protect ourselves, we're a little bit anxious or fearful, this clenching happens in your abdomen. It shortens that psoas because we're kind of curling up, protecting our vital organs, our belly. So this releasing pose is good for re-lengthening these habitually tight hip flexors from seating and psoas. To switch sides, pull the left heel in, plant it firmly on the ground, then release your right leg down. And then you can pick up the left knee in towards the chest and extend your right leg straight. Feel your breath open the front of the right hip. Your breath is like waves massaging your intestines. And again, you can bring that hand to massage. I'll lower my knees so you can see you're massaging right inside the front point of your hip, pressing 3 fingers down, straight down. Ooh, it's intense. One more deep breath. Release your left leg down. Pull the right foot in, both feet on the floor. If you're on the highest setting of your block, lower down to medium. Recline figure 4 on the block. Or if you would like a deeper stretch, you can come off the block and do recline figure 4, threading your hand behind your right thigh or right below the knee on the shin. If you're up on the block and you have your legs like this, just allow your left knee to fall down, relaxing that leg. It's more of an opener for your inner thigh. If you are on the ground and you're pulling your legs towards your chest, it's more of a stretch for the outer hip and butt of that left leg. Going gently here. Don't have to pull as far as you might in other classes. Switch sides. If you're on the floor, release the foot down, uncross the left leg. You can straighten it, extend it, loosen that hip. If you're on your block, simply cross right ankle over left knee and relax the knee wherever it will go. Feel your hips, the back of the hips press into the block. Option to pull knees to chest if you're on the floor. Slightly tuck chin to chest to keep back of the neck nice and long. Feel the slight constriction now as you breathe into your belly. You might feel it press against the thighs. Your knees are hugged towards your chest. Three more breaths. Relax pelvis. And release legs down, uncross. You can straighten that leg, rock it side to side. Come off the block if you have not already and roll onto your side, pressing up to all fours. Pelvic tilts. So this is similar to cat-cow, but instead of involving the whole spine, we'll just be curling, tucking, and untucking the pelvis. So it's a bit of a loosener for the low back. Hands directly under shoulders. Relax, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, stick your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tuck tailbone under. You might feel a slight constriction of your abs up and in. And let's just keep rotating the pelvis here. You can go fast or slow. If you have some upper back tension and you want to turn it into a cat-cow, you are, of course, welcome to do so. Noticing how your low back and hips feel with the movement. And then kind of wiggle your hips side to side, releasing. Low lunge. Grab your blocks. If you are on hard floor or have any knee injuries, grab a pillow or a folded up blanket to pad your knee. Place it under the left knee. Step the right leg forward, coming into a 90 degree lunge. And your blocks are framing your front foot. I recommend on the highest setting. Hands on the hips. Inhale, tuck the tailbone so you're pulling your front hip points up, sending your tailbone down. Already you may feel the stretch on your left hip flexors. Option to stay here or reach up if you'd like a little stretch. Maybe a baby back bend. Other option is to lean hips forward, hands come onto the blocks, deepening the stretch in the front hip, the left hip flexors. The reaching up feels good for me tonight, so I'm going to do that. Feel the support of the earth beneath your feet and shin. Release clenching in your abdomen, your pelvis and low belly. Allow your breath to get down there. Switch sides. Move your padding under the right knee. Upright first, step left leg forward, tuck tailbone. You decide how far forward you want to lean to get the stretch even deeper into the front of the right hip. And choose your arm position. And one side could be different than the other. It might need different medicine. So don't be afraid to do a different variation. Listening to what your hips need tonight. One more breath, all the way down to your pubic bone. Sigh it out. Press back, come to all fours, child's pose. You can have a pillow in between. Sink the heels, hips over the heels, and walk your arms forward. Rest forehead on the mat. Final hip stretch of the night. Great for opening the groin, releasing low back. And depending on how much you reach your arms forward, a great back stretch, lat lengthener. Check in with your hips. How do the legs feel in the hip sockets? How does your belly and your intestines feel? Notice low back and sacrum. Did it appreciate the support of the block earlier? You are supported. You can let go. Let go of fear, anxiety, clenching. Walk your hands up. For Savasana tonight, we'll be in a fetal position. You can use a pillow or a block, and I invite you to grab a blanket. You can dim your area. Come to rest on your side, whichever side you would like. This is also a great time if you want to re-dab essential oil on the pillow or the block. Just breathe that in here as you relax. Allow your body to sink into the support of your mat, of the floor. Feel your low belly in its new, more relaxed state, no longer feeling the need to clench or suck it in. Letting any big emotions, fears, doubts, anxiety that came up, feel for releasing it down your legs, out to your feet, sending it into the earth. Let it be absorbed. The earth is big and it can hold all of that. You do not need to. roll onto your back. You can keep the pillow under you. If it's a block, I recommend moving it. Knees bent, feet on the floor, and hands on your low belly, mirroring how we began practice. Inhale, balloon low belly into your hands. Exhale, let go of tension. Imagine a warm golden light beneath your thumbs, above your belly button, and a beautiful orange light like a sunset or sunrise below the belly button, your sacral chakra. And then at the base of your spine, in your pelvis, a deep garnet red light, your root chakra. Feel the flows of energy from solar plexus, stomach, to sacral, low belly, to root, pelvis and groin. Hopefully these areas feel a little more connected, a little more open than when we began. May you go forth feeling confident, creative, knowing that you deserve pleasure, find joy in things, and rooted, stable. Namaste.